So now we move into the center of the brain, and here we have the basal ganglia and the limbic system. The limbic system, our emotions, are right in the center of the brain, very key to us, and also the basal ganglia for regulation of activation and deactivation.
And the basal ganglia are coming to be thought of in a much more complex way as the integrators of the nervous system. Originally, the switchboard, which we'll be speaking of later, aspect of it has been considered very important. But also, there is now more and more an appreciation of how everything that's happening in where there's integration needed between different areas of the brain flows through the basal ganglia. So
and the basal ganglia are also regulating automatic movement. So movement here, once again, in the center of the brain. And we'll be going into both of these areas in detail in a few minutes.
So you see how that's within the core of the brain within. So the brain is working in parts, but it's also always working in coordinated ways as a whole.
It's thanks to neuroscience that many of the things that you have known to be true all of your clinical life, science is now there to back you up. For example, have you not said to your clients, turn your attention inwards? What do you feel, right? We all say that every once in a while. And in the past, scientists would say, that's touchy-feely stuff. You can't measure it. Stimulus, response, what's in the middle is a black box. Well now, thanks to neuroscience research on the insula, not only can you measure it, but they have a name for it. They call it interoception. It turns out that the anterior, or the front part of the insula, has a map of our internal body organs on it. And when you turn your attention inwards, that map is activated, and you're sensing those inner organs. If you do it regularly, as in meditation, it actually grows thicker. And so the insula is really helping us to understand how we regulate emotions. It's part of our emotional regulation circuit. Think about it. If you want to regulate what you feel, you have to sense it. You have to know what you're feeling, and that's part of emotional regulation. Now, you didn't know this, but you are all gifted, because it turns out that we as therapists have more mirror neuron activity than the average population. So you can go home tonight. But it's great, that we can feel our clients' feelings, but sometimes it's a problem to us, right? I mean, we feel their emotions, and it's difficult. But I'd just like to tell you that the mirror neuron system has a built-in protector for you. So when you have an emotion, those neurons fire at a certain level of intensity. When you have an emotion that has come from your client, the level of intensity is a little bit lower. So this is where your professional training comes in. You come to recognize the difference. That yes, I'm having an emotion, but no, this is my client's emotion, and let me help that client by using that.
So group therapy can be thought of in these terms. A person can watch another person going through experiences and have a mirror neuron effect from it in themselves, and have corrective emotional changes take place within themselves if their mirror neurons are activated.
It makes a lot of sense as to why watching someone else, it can be cathartic. Going to a play, this was the old idea of Aristotle. It's true. We feel it and we empathize, and through that, bottom up, we can come to a change.